So James Harden arrives to Philadelphia. Joel Embiid comments on the tweet he posted right after Ben Simmons was traded and the buyout market. Who will the Sixers target?
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking Sixers in the Bird Gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today, we got some things to talk about. But before we do that, Sixer Nation, help your boy out and hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new, and ding that notification bell so you know when these videos drop. James Harden is in Philadelphia, came off the plane, and who was there to greet him? Daryl Morey comes out. They dap each other up. I can't wait for him to debut against the Boston Celtics. Yes! Wearing the number 1 jersey in a Philadelphia 76er uniform. Now, anybody who questions James Harden, work ethic, and how much he's going to care about this team, this is not the Brooklyn Nets. This is a Daryl Morey ran team, and James Harden wants to win. And who better to help him than Joel Embiid? Welcome to Philadelphia, James Harden. I can't wait to see what you do. Now, let's talk about Joel Embiid because these comments are funny. The meme on the side of Joel Embiid is what he tweeted as soon as Ben Simmons was traded. And for those who don't know, the meme stands for I dressed up and I pulled up to my biggest hater's funeral just to make sure he's dead. So AKA, for those who are like, I still don't get it, which most of my subs understand what's going on, I pulled up to the trade deadline to make sure my biggest hater was gone. I pulled up to the trade deadline to make sure Ben Simmons was traded and it got accomplished. And when asked about it, why did you do it? Joel Embiid plays the innocent man. The innocent man. Listen to his excuse and look at his face. It's hilarious.
How long did you have that tweet ready?
Honestly, I don't even know what the tweet was about. I just tweeted, random person. Not I thought. Yeah, I mean, I just saw the picture on the internet. I thought he was well dressed. He had a nice suit on. Good looking. So he had some swag. So I just thought it was a good picture.
He said a random guy who looked good. He couldn't keep a straight face. He understands what he's doing, and that's why Joel Embiid is just embodies Philadelphia. You can't get away without something. Joel Embiid going to attack you in some way, whether it's on the court, whether it's for fun, and that's why they call this man Troll Embiid, the biggest troll, but he comes with the hottest takes, the firest takes, and he wants all the smoke on and off the court. Gotta love Joel Embiid. Now, with all that out the way, let's get into the actual buyout market. And we're going to start with big man. This is a guy who's on the market who could give the Sixers a good 16 to 8 minutes off the bench because he's similar to Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond's not the athletic run back and forth type center. And I know some people want that backup center in here to run and gun with whoever's on the bench. But he offers you almost the same thing Drummond does, right? Rebounds, defense, down low, toughness, and he's going to give you a smart 8 to 12 minutes when needed because he's been around. He's not the youngster. He's not as athletic as he once was, but he fits the Andre Drummond role, and he's someone that we should look at. Next up is more of an athletic center. He can run up and down, pick and roll with James Harden when Harden is on the second unit. That's Tristan Thompson. Again, he's not going to beat you with his one-on-one skills. Not many centers are one-on-one worthy, but he's a hustler. He knows the game. He's been in championship games. There's a lot of reasons to look at Tristan Thompson's. Last but not least, Robin Lopez. One, because the Milwaukee Bucks is our biggest competition, and just having Robin Lopez on the floor might play with Brook Lopez's mind, right? And he's a guy who can stretch the floor, not Robin, but Brook. And If you are a hook shot enthusiasm, I don't like how it looks. It always looks sloppy, but for some reason, buckets when he does that hook shot. Robin Lopez is a guy who knows how to play defense, knows how to give you a solid 10 to 12 minutes, 15 minutes in the regular season, 8 to 12 in the postseason. And I think you don't really miss much of a beat with Andre Drummond, because I do think Joel Embiid is going to want to be on the floor for the large portion of the playoffs. Now, let's go into some wings. Eric Gordon out of H-Town. Listen, this is a guy who played alongside of James Harden, and I guarantee you there's some chemistry, there's some love there, because it was never really an issue between them two. It was Harden and Russell and Harden and Paul, and it's guys who want the ball in their hand. Eric Gordon, a catch-and-shoot guy, and the main reason I'm talking about guards, point guards, and shooting guards is not because we're desperate for them with James Harden here and Maxey, right? But after James Harden and Maxey, who are the guards you want to come in and shoot? Furkan Korkmaz? Shake Milton? I want to limit their minutes. Shake right now is the best player off our bench. He needs to be the worst player allowed in. Furkan Korkmaz can't play, and Isaiah Joe is good, trending up, but Doc Rivers is not going to trust a young player in the playoffs. He barely trusts Maxey last year. So as much as I want to see him, I think a veteran guard will get Doc's attention over a Furkan Korkmaz. So let's look at the next candidate, Drew Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe, that's a football player. Eric Bledsoe, he's bounced around and he's lost a lot, but he's better than anything you can. He's better than Furkan, right? He's a guy who can offer you some 2-guard and some 1-guard, point guard, I should say. Not my first option. I think I would take Eric Gordon before him, but he's an option. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comment section what you think about Bledsoe. Now, this is my first option at point guard. It's Dennis Schroder, right? I think he has a very fast first step, similar to Maxey. He can shoot the three, shoot the mid-range shot, has an arsenal in his bag of tricks, and he's just not being used wherever he was. Look what he did for the Lakers the other year, right? He was almost going to get that $80 million contract, but he wanted to flirt closer to $90 million and end up losing it all. So why not come to a championship team? Yes, that is the Sixers. You can say it with your chest out. Do what you need to do, and then go next year and make some money. That is my number one option at the point guard. So point guard will be Schroder so far. Guard will be Eric Bledsoe. Next up is Goran Dragic. He's close to Schroder because I just like how smart he plays, right? He's a guy who can come in and get you 17 points off the bench. They called him the Dragon back in the day. Injuries have hampered him down the stretch of his career. But here's the thing. If you get a guy like Dragic, you play him so little during the season. So he is healthy for the Sixers come postseason, right? If you look at that Lakers and Miami Heat championship matchup in the bubble, the Heat struggled when Dragic went down. So did Bam Adebayo. But Dragic does so much for an offense, and off the bench, you just trust him with those minutes. So Dragic, Schroder, I'll still lean Schroder because maybe we can. I don't think any of these guys are staying for the long haul, right? Maybe Dragic because he knows his career's over. So Schroder's my first option. Dragic's my second when it comes to point guards. I really don't like Bledsoe. I said it, but kind of changed my mind. Now let's go back to another 2-guard, Gary Harris. Think about it. Gary Harris or Eric Gordon. I think Gary Harris offers you a better combo guard, right? A guy who can get to the rim, put the ball on the floor. I think overall he's better, but I'm still going to side with Eric Gordon for the connection with James Harden, right? Make him feel more at home, get him comfortable. He will be happy to stagger his minutes in the second unit when he got a familiar face. So Gary Harris, a great option. And let me know in the comment section who you would pick, because y'all know as much, if not more than me, when it comes to all this good stuff. I'm just a guy on the camera. You know what I mean? With that being said, Gary Harris, a good option. I'll take almost anybody I'm putting on this panel, I would take, because it's going to get us a backup center and or a guy who fills in for a Shake, or more importantly, Korkmaz. Gary Harris is a guy who could do a lot. Let me know your thoughts. Last but not least, point guard. I'll take him over Bledsoe, but I will not take him over Dragic or Schroder, and that is Corey Joseph. The Kings, I guess, are all in now that they got Sabonis, right? They think they're going to make the playoffs. I don't know. He looks to be a buyout candidate, and I definitely would target him as well. Again, everybody on the panel I'm looking at. Now, there's other guys, Saturansky, Hernan Gomez for a big guy. I think Mike Muscala's over there, right? These guys I'm trying to keep off the panel because I really don't want them. Are they better than Furkan? You can argue the point. Are they better than B-Ball Paul? You can argue the point. Mike Muscala was a process guy, right? So these are the guys that I wouldn't be mad at, but now you heard my top guys, Schroder, Dragic, and Eric Gordon, Harris, but Eric Gordon first and Schroder first. I've been tongue twisting it up right here. So that's all I got for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section about Joel Embiid being the best troll in the game. The beard, I'm trying to grow mine out. It just takes too long. Coming to Philly or arriving in Philly. And last but not least, let me know 1, 2, 3, how many you want to get, how many you think we will get, and give me your order. Y'all know what y'all talking about. Until next time, if you haven't done it, make sure you do it for your boy. It's free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing. Like the video. And, of course, it's behind it. Like the video. Subscribe if you are new. And we are out. Peace.